Hey guys, welcome back to Talking Chelsea Blues. Welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well today. Before we get into this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. You share this channel out as much as possible, guys. It really does help us out. Dad, like target for today's video. Let's go for 20 likes. 20 likes. Let's go for 20 likes. But guys, if you do give 20 likes on this video, don't forget we will be posting out a tier list video at the end of the season for who should stay and who should go. Make sure you stay tuned for that video, guys. Now, this is your match preview for Brighton versus Chelsea. Watch along live tomorrow from around... Let's have a look what time the game is on tomorrow. It's on at 7:45, so we'll be live at 7:35, so 10 minutes before the game starts. Make sure you're tuned in for that, guys. It's going to be a good game. Dad, the last three performances have been good enough to get us 3 wins on the bounce. Do you think this is something that we can continue? And do you think we're starting to get players back? Do you think this is something that can continue?
It can continue only through the players and, their positivity and the state of play. I think, looking back in retrospect to the last game, it was a bit hit and miss. We did concede 2 goals. This is something that we should be looking to sort of not happen. It's, we've had two other games where, we haven't sort of conceded goals. Then we have a game where we concede 2 goals. Now we're going into this sort of 4th game now, where we could that would be 4 in a row if we won the next game, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I think, it's about keeping clean sheets.
It's not just about keeping clean sheets. That may be your opinion, but I think you were of the opinion that it doesn't matter how you win games, as long as you win games. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if you won a Champions League final with a long ball tactic and scrappy play. I could not care, because it's not about how you play, it's if you win. I do not care about anything else but winning.
But to win, emphatically, keeping a clean sheet, and if that sort of tallies up over a number of games, then you're doing something right, and your goalkeeper is as well. So you're not just a goalkeeper, your defence, so all in all, I think we just need to go out with a positivity. How we've played the last 3 games. The game against West Ham, that was, pure Chelsea, pure professionalism, clean-cut football, and we were quick off the mark there, sort of like we were 3-0 up at half-time, and we ended the game at 5-0, so, that is something we used to see back, in like 2010. So we're looking, to put together now, I'm not saying that we'll win every game. No,
but to win majority.
But to win the vast majority of your games, and especially with, no goals conceded,
or maybe 1 conceded. At the end of the day,
that shows a good side. So this is what we need. And like I say, is always to go out there with a positive mentality, with the aim to win, not concede, and to bring back trophies.
Exactly. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm of the opinion that it doesn't matter how we win, as long as we win. I couldn't care less. Yes, the performance is important too, but at the point of this season, a win is a win, because we're trying to fight to get back into European football. And that's huge. That's a huge thing that we need, and this is a core part of Chelsea to be in Europe. And the last season, we haven't seen it. So, it's important that we get that back. In terms of the game itself, Brighton's last 5 games, they've lost 2, won 1, drawn 2. They drew against Newcastle, they drew against Burnley, they lost against Manchester City, and they lost against Bournemouth 3-0. Those results you could kind of expect, especially being Brighton. They will get some wins, and they did beat Aston Villa. So it's peaks and troughs for Brighton at the moment. They've not had the greatest of, seasons. They haven't played the pragmatic football that we wanted, that the Brighton fans were wanted to see. And I think Brighton have had an okay season. It's not been their best and it's not been their worst. But I do expect them to bring it tomorrow. I do expect them to bring some kind of aggression, passion, to want to beat us, because recently we've been taking players and staff off Brighton left, right and centre. Casado, Potter, the coach, the rest of the coaching staff that Potter brought in, Kukurea. We've taken players off them and staff, so we're becoming them basically half the time, and this is what I think. But in terms of us, we've lost 1, drawn 1, and won our last 3. So I do believe we're going to bring it tomorrow. I do believe we're going to be on our A game tomorrow. We've won our last 3. We've won 3, conceded 2, and our last loss was to Arsenal, and we drew to Villa. Now, as we know, Villa was the game against Villa in the second half was the turning point, where Pochettino made a few tactical tweaks, and it's worked ever since. So great stuff. But Dad, talk to me about Brighton for yourself. I mean, they are a threat, aren't they?
Oh yeah, most teams have been a threat to us throughout the last few seasons, and Brighton is another team you can't underestimate. They play fantastic football. So, I'm sort of like of the opinion that we have to put in a performance, just like we did against Tottenham, West Ham, and with Nottingham Forest the other day. And like I say, that's all it can be now, is just having that radiance, that positivity, going forward and scoring. So, yeah, let's not underestimate any team. The league each season is getting harder.
Agreed.
So as it gets harder, the only thing that we can do to progress ourselves is to have a team that is willing to get out there and fight.
But at the end of the day, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, and the priority, as I said, is winning. But how do we do that? I mean, we've got players coming back from injury. Reece James is now back from injury. He's looking very fresh. Got an assist for the Jackson winner on Saturday. You got Colwell back in the squad now. You've got Nkunku back. You've got Ugachukwu coming back. Ben Chilwell's back in team training. Carney Chukwuemeka's back in team training now. The only ones that are really out at the moment that we really, really do miss, Romeo Lavia, who is, out for the season. Fofana, who is out for the season. And Enzo Fernandez, who is out for the season. They're the 3 big misses. So in terms of a lineup tomorrow, what we're going to do, I think, obviously we'll give you a lineup now, and I'll give you a predicted lineup. But surely we have to see some players come back into the fold. Dad, starting in goal, Jordi Petrovic. He's played well the last few games. He's looked decent. He's only conceded 2 in his last, 4? He's only conceded 4 in his last 4. So on average, that's 1 a game. But, Dad, what do you think? Like, Petrovic in goal?
Yeah, obviously.
And then back 4, this is where it gets tricky. Reece James is back now and he's looking really fit. He's looking good to go. And we've played a back 3 of sorts the last 2 games with Kukurea stepping into midfield. So what do we do? Like, I don't know. I think I'm of the opinion that Reece James comes back in, and we go with a back four of Reece James, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, and Cucurella. Dad, what do you think? Would you make any changes to that? No.
That's right.
So guys, that's our back four. And Petrovic in goal. Obviously a back four of Reece James, Thiago Silva, Benoit Badiashile, and Cucurella. Moving into the midfield, obviously it's going to stay the same. Enzo Fernandez is out injured still, and until the end of until next season. So it's going to have to be a double pivot of Conor Gallagher and Moises Caicedo. Dad, we've been so happy with this sort of double pivot, haven't we? It's been working a dream. Do you think we'll see Conor Gallagher, if he stays next season, do you think we'll see him fight for that place with Enzo Fernandez next season? Because that's the way Gallagher's playing now is Enzo Fernandez's position.
Well, in my opinion at this moment in time, I think that Gallagher is better than Fernandez,
Technically, no, he's not. Technically, no. Physically, he's better. Physicality-wise, great. Pressing, great. But passer of the ball, technical ability, nah.
Let's talk about putting him in the back of the net.
Okay, fair enough. So guys, Caicedo Gallagher is our double pivot. And then the midfield three behind. Mudryk played well last game against Nottingham Forest and scored a goal. Noni Madueke didn't play so well. He got taken off for Nkunku during the second half in like the 54th minute-ish. And then Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer played okay against Nottingham Forest. So, what are we saying, Dad? Are we going to go for Mudryk again, considering Sterling scored? But then, so did Mudryk. So, what do you do at that point? I think the only way I can see it working is if you put Mudryk on the left again, Palmer on the right, take Madueke out, and put Nkunku in the midfield.
Yeah.
Is that number 10? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
So that'd be good.
Yeah, so that's our midfield three. And then in terms of the striker, we got no other choice but to go with Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson has scored 4 in his last... no, hang on. He scored 2 against West Ham, 1 against Tottenham, 1 against Nottingham Forest. He scored 4 in his last 3. So that's a pretty good record for a striker. So in terms of the striker, it's going to have to be Nicholas Jackson. But guys, let us know your team. Yeah. Let us know what your lineup would be. We'd love to hear from you guys and let us know your thoughts on the game. But Dad, in terms of prediction, what are you going for tomorrow?
Keep it real as always. I'll go for a 2-1 Chelsea win.
Who's going to score?
From goal scorers, I think I'm sure Jackson will score again. I think he's starting to see the light now, making a way for us. And I also think there will be a goal. And I just got this funny feeling it's going to be Gallagher.
Okay, so 2-1 prediction for you. In terms of my prediction, I'm going to be real, but I'm going to say what I actually do think. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea. I'm going to say Jackson to score 2 and Nkunku to score 1. But that is my prediction. Guys, let us know your predictions in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Guys, also make sure you subscribe to the channel. You turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload to this channel as much as possible, guys. And guys, go and follow us on our Twitch, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. All the links are in the channel description, and all links will be in the description of this video down below. So guys, that is the end of today's video. Hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow at 7:35 for the watch along. Take care, guys.